Hello, everyone. I am going to speak to you in my message of the week, and this is, by the way, Meir, a lot about natural vision improvement, the history of it and what happens, and I'm also going to talk to you about the special training that I give for people to teach others to improve their vision. And I want to start with the history of natural vision improvement. The problem that we had with Dr. Bates, who is the one who started to talk about the fact that eyes can improve in the Western world, and by the way, he's not the only one who talked about it. Tibetan yogis talked about it for 1500 years. They used to wear dark clothes, sit in dark caves. They did the exercise of palming long before we called it palming. And their vision was incredible. But Dr. Bates found tremendous opposition. You see, the world of medicine works from a certain premise. It is basically axiomatic premise. This is what I understand and nothing else. But if you really look at the facts, two scientists in Austria in the 1800s decided that vision cannot change, and all ophthalmology accepted it. And yet, people think that the remedies that ophthalmologists give people are harmless. But I want to tell you about one experiment. They gave chickens minus lenses, those which are given to people with myopia. The reason why people with myopia or nearsightedness have minus lenses is because the eye is like a magnifying lens. It's long. So in fact, it sees even better than people with normal vision from near, but it sees much worse from far. So they give you lenses to reduce the world. Well, they gave them to chickens that had totally normal eyes. And within 3 days, their eyes were long. So just think about it. Almost every single time that you go to an optometrist and the optometrist measure your eyes, and you almost always are slightly more tense when you're being measured, they'll give you glasses that will fit exactly the tense moment. When you leave the optician after a few days when your glasses were already prepared and you feel a little bit dizzy and not oriented, and you call the optometrist will say, just get used to the glasses. And how do you get used to the glasses? By weakening your visual system. Again, the only way for you to get used to the glasses prescribed to you under a certain level of stress is exactly what I said. Weakening your eye, lengthening it from within. You'd be amazed how much the brain works here. And adjusting to your braces, which are glasses. Now, you know that my kids, just like myself, were born with cataracts. And my daughter loved her ophthalmologist. My son did too, by the way. And she liked her optometrist, but then they changed an optometrist on her. And as a procedure, always before going to the ophthalmologist, she went to the optometrist, and the optometrist measured her vision, and the ophthalmologist saw if he agrees with that measurement. Well, instead of the collected and nice person who always measured her, there was a very nervous woman who came to measure her vision, and she saw worse than she ever saw with her glasses. So she added and added and added more prescription, and her vision ended up being 40% of normal. Well, before it was basically with the glasses 80% of normal. So when I came after that test. Her mom was very sad and said to me, looks like the vision of our daughter have deteriorated. Well, I didn't believe in such a thing, and I put a patch over her strong eye, And with a weaker eye, I got her to look from the 5th floor where the ophthalmology department was, in cars that are moving, trees that are moving, and describe them to me. And when she sat in front of the ophthalmologist, she felt very comfortable. And without glasses, her vision was, right now, 70% of normal vision. And with glasses, it was 100%. She was very friendly with ophthalmologists. And so where she's being tested, and that actually was tested throughout the years, depends on how well she sees until these days. Until her late 20s and early 30s. She already knows what optometrist to go to where she would see better than those who would make her nervous and make her see worse. So let's return into this practice. First of all, your eyes can improve. Many people have given up their careers. Many people were persecuted. Bates was the first, Dr. Bates. He was ostracized and lost some of his licenses by his profession by claiming that vision can improve. It's against the dogma. And I used to have a wonderful t-shirt that wrote, "My karma ran over my dogma." So it's the karma of all of us, actually, that our establishment believes in no improvement of your vision. But actually, your vision can improve. Look at my daughter. She doesn't have her natural lens because she was operated when she was infant. And with some glasses correction, which is a third of what used to be, she's able to see 20/20 vision. She renewed her driver's license without any problem. Look at everyone else. The more you add prescription, the more you need prescription. Just like if you will have the most comfortable braces, you'll need them more and more. Many people who walk with crutches start to have weak legs because they got used to the crutches. So it is so important that we will work on strengthening our system. So what did I write in my Vision for Life and in my Awakening Your Power of Self-Healing and hinted in my book, Movement for Self-Healing? What did I say in all my seminars? Do what needs to be done to outdo modern life. Look what modern life did to us. First of all, our vision got worse when we read. And then it got worse when we read in rooms that didn't have enough light. And then it got worse when we looked at a computer. Then it got worse when we look at tablet and phone. While in the past, and some of you probably remember it, when you had glasses, you were exception. Other kids would call you glasses or 4-eye and laugh at you. Today, having glasses is like having a hat. There's no difference. So many kids have them. We have to change the direction. We have to pioneer a new way of working. So I was talking about what modern life does to us. Number one, we don't look enough at the distance. We look too much from near. Number two, we don't pay attention to our periphery. Number three, we don't look enough at details. Number four, we don't adjust to the sunlight. Number five, we don't adjust to the dark. Number six, we don't get enough blood to our head, and etc., etc., etc. We have a lot of wonderful principles. We'll go over them in future lessons. But the one thing that you should know, your eyes are not functioning the way that ancient people had their eyes function. That's why in rural Tibet in the 80s, when there was no education, the Chinese government put more schools and more education, so it's a bit different now. 3% of the children were nearsighted. And in Hong Kong, 62%. Now it's 94%. In the Amazon, the natives, 1% of them is nearsighted. But in Sao Paulo, Brazil, it's 48%. So modern life causes a lot of problems. And we cannot do anything about the fact that we need to use computers. It's how we work, it's how we study. We can do nothing about the fact that we need to use the phone. But we have to compensate. We have to also compensate for the lifestyle we have for our back and stand and stretch every 20 minutes for at least half a minute. Because chair is very hard on the back. We have to compensate for the fact that we walk with shoes on cement. And anytime we can take the shoes off and walk on a carpeted floor, walk on grass with thin shoes or thick socks, walk on sand if we can, that helps the joints. Well, looking at a distance helps the eyes. Adapting to the strong light and not hiding from it helps the eyes. Paying attention to the periphery helps the eyes. So many things help the eyes, and that's why I teach worldwide for people to improve their vision. So I'm looking forward to see you in the class. Before that, you can download our 5 videos on natural vision improvement. Please read Vision for Life if you can. If not, just look at the video which comes with Vision for Life. Listen to my book, Movement for Self-Healing. Look at the beautiful illustrations at the book, Awakening Your Power of Self-Healing. Prepare yourself. This class can change your visual life forever, as hundreds of people are telling me until today how good the class was for their eyes. And we're isolated in more ways than we can think. People who were teaching it were always persecuted by the establishment. And yet, more and more people work on their vision. Enua from Spain had a class during the pandemic in Latin, and she got 25,000 viewers. In English, she got 5,000 viewers. We really are spreading. And I have very good material to teach you. So start with my videos and let's talk again about how you can improve your vision. Great many blessings. It still is not too late to say have a great year. And please do. And I'm looking forward to be with you in weeks to come.